Hello, everyone. This is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we're shipping out today on Friday, so not too much stuff. So it's a pretty slow day. We'll see how the weekend ends up. All right, so the first thing is Wing Gundam Zero Foil Gundam War 2005 CCG card right here. So this one's a rare. It's foil. Been selling a bunch of these. This was the first time I got these types of cards, but the lots I've been selling pretty well in the foil ones as well. This one to a repeat buyer for $13 and plus shipping. Everything's going to be plus shipping, so I'll save us the time right now. All right, next up is going to be some Hero Clicks. These are the Marvel Shield. They call them like force packs or dice packs. So you get 6 poker chips, and then you get 2 dice with the set symbol right there, like I told you guys before, as the 6 instead of an actual number 6. They're just square edges instead of the round edges like the players like. So you can buy these packs. The poker chips, people always used before they made the official ones. Players would put poker chips underneath their figures to show that they took an action, and then they would remove them when their actions would refresh at the end of the turn. Eventually, the company is like, oh, we can just actually produce like ones with different characters and stuff, so people can use those to denote characters taking action, and the company itself gets more money. Really cool thing. They were fun. They weren't really around when I was playing Hero Clicks. I just used like red, blue, white poker chips. So this sold for $14.99. All right, next up is going to be a Netrunner promo card. This is Black Orchestra. This is an alt art card. You would have to go to like a tournament. I think it was like a participation prize. This is for a runner. This one's like a program. So you use this to hack into the corporations. I think they're called ICE, which is like something like, I forget what it stands for, but they're things that protect a corporation. I forgot what the acronym or whatever it was. But yeah, really cool promo. We've been selling a bunch of this. I added another one, so I relisted it. It sold for $7.50. Android Netrunner is a really cool game. It's now run by fans with their own stuff that you can like purchase or print. I'm not sure exactly where all that's at on their website. All right, next up is going to be a lot of 3 magazines right here from 1947, 1957, 1956. This front one didn't have its cover, but it's radio and television news right over here. I don't remember where we got these from, but these end up selling for $22.50. So they're kind of like, I think they're going to be talking about a bunch of radio stuff. There's also going to be like advertisements and stuff just discussing that. So pretty cool, like older product, even though they're worn down, people still like them. All right, next up is going to be this How to Build Plastic Ship Models. Really cool book that just explains how to go through and build different plastic models, tips, tricks, stuff like that. Stuff you probably can use like a YouTube video for these days, but still a really cool like thing that people like to collect. Sold for $18.75. All right, next up, this one's kind of weird because this is Android Netrunner. This is a corporation draft pack. So normally Android Netrunner is a game where you would purchase the stuff and then you have everything for the game. You don't got to buy packs. You don't have to worry about not rules. You don't have to worry about rarities. So this thing, they eventually made a bunch of these packs where you can then open up the pack. There's randomized cards and you can play a draft. I think it didn't do as well as it could have because the people that played this game, they liked the idea of buying everything. You don't have to buy more, right? So you buy the expansions to get additional cards. You don't really want to buy these packs and stuff. That's kind of like for Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. That was not the point of this game. So I think this was more of a flop, but people are still going to buy this and they still want to draft it. It's just more expensive. Like you can get the base game and a bunch of expansions, or you can get a bunch of these. And then these cards are not really useful after you open them up and play them, unless if you repackage them to draft again, because you get to everything when you buy the base game, when you buy expansions. But this still sold for $5.99. It was kind of like a cool idea. So I'm glad someone's going to draft and have fun with the concept. I just think it's expensive for what it is. Even at like $5.99, if they want to play with 8 players, you need 8 of these. I think there's also, this is the corporation pack. You need 8 of the runner packs. And then there's also like a base pack of cards that you have to purchase. That one's always the same. I think they wanted a base pack of cards so that people would always have some kind of consistent drafting, because there can be issues with the game that was not designed for drafting to turn into drafting. All right, and then the last or second to last thing right here, Munchkin Warhammer Age of Sigmar. This is just a promo card for Sigmar, gain up 2 levels. We get a bunch of these Munchkin promo cards. They do pretty well. This one ended up selling for $10.63. I had another one, so I already relisted it. But yeah, it's a fun satirical card game where you're trying to get to level 10, and then Munchkin has a bunch of IPs like Warhammer, Marvel. They have so many at this point, but people do like Munchkin, and they like all the offshoots, and they like the promos. All right, last thing is this Mech Warrior little miniature Behemoth 2 tank right here. There's a lot of MechWarrior stuff that I listed separately if they were worth like more than a couple of dollars. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that I just put into lots. So this particular one ended up selling for $5.62. So all the stuff in front of me is GHQ like metal miniatures. I got them basically in a big pile. They were unorganized. So I was just separating like the bases, the turrets. I could have just like, I did a couple of lots where I just did some of the pieces, bits and pieces together. Then I realized that maybe if I put the effort and time into organizing them, I could try to identify them. I can't identify military vehicles and tanks at all, almost. Maybe a couple, maybe like a Panzer. I don't think that's here, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that I'm going through, but it's getting ready to list. So yeah, this table had to be taken up by this. I put the little whiteboard just because these are like lead and metal, and I didn't want it to get dirty on our table and stuff that we use. So yeah, it's a bit of a project. Is it worth it? I don't know. For me, at least, it is. I get to learn a little bit more about the GHQ micro armor miniatures, and then hopefully I can identify some of them. And then I will sell this stuff over time. It will sell on eBay. People do like this stuff. We've sold it before, even with low identifiers. But yeah, all right. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Have a good one.